bum, 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 bum. God save the Queen, God save our gracious Queen. Long live our noble Queen, God save the Queen.
Bless you, Gordon.
Thank you.
You're very cheerful today.
Well, you know me, I'm always cheerful. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, wishing you were here. This is Mr. Jones's car, isn't it?
That's right. Why?
Look who's just come through the door.
Oh, dear.
Good afternoon.
Oh, Mr. Jones, hello.
Hello again. Well, what is the latest news? Will my car be ready tomorrow?
We're doing our best, but it's a long job.
A long job.
Very complicated.
Very complicated.
And Gordon's getting a cold.
And Gordon's getting a cold.
Yes.
Well, be that as it may, the car must be ready at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning as you promised.
What if Gordon starts feeling really ill?
Well, if I were you, I'd find a replacement for Gordon just in case. The car must be ready at 9 o'clock in the morning, come what may. Is that clear?
Don't worry, sir. The car will be ready in the morning. We'll work late. We'll work all night if need be.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, sir. Nothing is too good for our customers. But if I were you, I wouldn't come until 10 o'clock.
What?
You see, we don't open until 10 o'clock on Saturdays.
No.
Grease gun. Pressure gauge. Tool trolley.
Hi.
Mechanic.
Pliers.
Rip. Cheerful. Minibus. Bonnet. An auto mechanic. Oil temperature sensor. Excavation. Body hammer. Toolbox.
Adjustable end wrench.
Cheerful. Bucket. Beam setter.
If I were to say the bank manager is here, how would you react?
Very, very badly.
If I said your mother is here, how would you react?
I'd be very pleased.
If I were to say the Prime Minister is here, what would your reaction be?
I'd be astonished.
If I said someone has stolen your car radio, how would you feel?
It would make me very angry.
If I were to say I stole some money from your jacket, how would you feel?
It would make me very sad.
If I said you have won £1 million, what would your reaction be?
Shock.
Some years ago, I booked a ticket from Charleston, South Carolina, to the city of New York in the fine ship Independence, whose captain's name was Hardy. We were to sail on the 15th of the month, June, if the weather was good enough. And on the 14th, I went on board to arrange some matters in my cabin. I found that we were to have a lot of passengers. On the list were several people I knew, and among other names, I was very happy to see that of Mr. Cornelius Wyatt, a young artist. He had been a student at C University at the same time as me, and we spent a lot of time together there. I found that he had booked tickets for himself, his wife, and 2 sisters, his own. His wife he had recently married, and I had never yet seen her, so I was looking forward to meeting her. Some time later, a cart arrived at the wharf with a rectangular pine box. The box in question was, as I say, rectangular. It was about 6 feet long by 2.5 wide. Now this shape was strange. I had reached the conclusion that the extra baggage of my friend, the artist, would prove to be pictures, or at least a picture, and now here was a box which from its shape could possibly only contain a copy of Leonardo's Last Supper. On the top of the box were painted the words, Mrs. Adelaide Curtis, Albany, New York, in the charge of Mr. Cornelius Wyatt, this side up, to be handled with care.
The Lulu story starts in Lennoxtown near Glasgow, where she was born Marie MacDonald McLaughlin Laurie on November the 3rd, 1948. When she was 5 years old, she won a talent show while on holiday in Blackpool. At 9, she was already singing with a local accordion band, and at 15, she was appearing at clubs all over her home city with a pop band called the Gleneagles. This group's name was changed to Lulu and the Lovers, and they made their first record in 1964. The record was a version of the Isley Brothers' R&B classic Shout, and it reached number 7 in the British Top 20 in June of that year. The group's next records, Satisfied and Try to Understand, were also quite successful, and in July 1965, Lulu's solo record, Leave a Little Love, also reached the top 20. In February 1966, Lulu parted with the group to begin a solo career, and in the following years she was a regular winner of the Best British Female Singer Award. She reached number 6 in April 1967 with The Boat That I Row, and number 11 3 months later with Let's Pretend. To Sir with Love was not a hit in Great Britain, but went to number 1 in the United States, reflecting the success of the movie of the same name, in which Lulu co-starred with Sidney Poitier. In the later 1960s, Lulu had several more hits, including Boom Banga Bang in 1969. In the same year, she married Maurice Gibb of the Bee Gees. They were divorced 6 years later. Although she was very successful in many areas of the music business during the 1970s, including many appearances on TV, only one of her records was a big hit, a version of David Bowie's The Man Who Sold the World, which reached number 3 in Great Britain in 1974.
Oblong, noun, adjective, shape, with 4 straight sides and angles at 90 degrees, with length greater than breadth. Rectangular, an oblong box.
Obscene, adjective, describing words, books, pictures, etc. Morally disgusting, offensive, obscenely, adverb, obscenity, noun.
Obscure, adjective, dark, hidden, not easily seen or understood, an obscure idea. The meaning is obscure, not famous. An obscure writer. Verb, transitive. Make obscure. Clouds obscured the sun. Obscurely, adverb. Obscurity, noun. U. Condition of being obscure. A writer who lived in obscurity. C. Something that is obscure. A book which is full of obscurities.
Observe, adjective which can be seen. Observably, adverb.
Observant, adjective. Quick at observing things. Children are very observant. Observantly, adverb.
Observation, noun. U. Observing or being observed. There is an observation platform at the top of the tower. The police kept him under observation. C. Remark. I'd like to make a few observations.
Observatory, noun. Building from which things may be observed. Sun, star, ocean, etc. may be observed. An astronomical observatory.
Observe. Verb transitive. Verb intransitive. C. Watch carefully. Follow. Rules, etc. Celebrate. Festivals, anniversaries, etc. Do you observe Easter in your country? Say, comment. Boethius observed that the worst sort of misery is to have been happy. Observer, noun. Person who observes.
Obstacle, noun. Something which stops progress or makes progress difficult. An obstacle to peace.
Obstinate, adjective. Not willing to change an opinion. An obstinate person. Not easily overpowered. Obstinate resistance. Obstinately, adverb. Obstinacy, noun.
Obvious, adjective. Easily seen or understood. Clear, obviously, adverb. Obviousness, noun.
God bless us and help our team to win a quick success. Heaven help us if it doesn't rain. If it rains, I think I might score more goals. When did you change from defender to into striker? Nobody can defend like you. If it rains, maybe no one can score a goal. Then we shouldn't play.
Imitate. Pray. Scoreboard. Sign. Somersault. Musical band. Rugby posts.
Oh, Mrs. Jenkinson, good morning.
Veronica, I am going into my office and I am not to be disturbed. Is that clear?
Yes, Mrs. Jenkinson.
If anyone telephones, you are to say that I am out. If anyone asks to see me, you are to say that I am out. And if the bank manager calls, you are to say that I have left the country. Veronica, I told you that I was not to be disturbed.
Shh.
What is it?
Well, if I were to say the bank manager is here, how would you react?
Very, very badly.
Suppose I were to say the bank manager is here and there are 2 policemen with him.
Ah.
And he's not very happy.
It would be surprising if he were.
What shall I do?
Do what I told you. Tell him I've left the country. I'm in Morocco. Oh. Just a minute. Show him this postcard.
Best regards from Casablanca. Wish you were here.
Well, don't look at me as if I were mad. It might work.
I don't think so.
Why not?
Because this is a postcard of the Eiffel Tower.
Steel safe. Startled. Bank note. Carbon paper. Office girl. Window envelope. Time card.
Sergeant!
Sir.
You are to remain at this gate until you receive further orders from me.
Yes, sir.
No one is to go in and no one is to come out. Is that clear? No one.
Yes, sir.
It is vital that no one be allowed in and that no one be allowed out.
No one at all, sir?
No one at all, Sergeant. If a 4-star general or the president himself arrives and demands that he be allowed through the gate, this is what you do. First, you request that he reconsider. Second, you recommend that he reconsider. Third, you insist that he reconsider. Fourth, you suggest that he speak to me and you call me on the phone. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. The orders are clear, but I don't understand the situation. I don't know what's going on.
Nor do I, Sergeant. But I'm gonna find out.
Blockhouse. Blockhouse. Military cap. Automatic rifle.
Yes, sir.
Guard. Duty officer.
These are your instructions. You are to read them, memorize them, and then destroy them. 1. You are to travel to Vienna using the enclosed Australian passport. 2. You are to check into the Excelsior Hotel using the name in the enclosed British passport. 3. At precisely 6 p.m. on Friday evening, you are to telephone the following number. Our agent will meet you by the boating lake in the park. He will be carrying a copy of Newsweek and will sit next to you. He will open his copy of Newsweek at page 27, and he will sneeze twice. You will say, "Bless you." He will say, "God save the Queen," and you will say, "Long live the King." He will then give you the documents. He should meet you between 10 o'clock and 10:30. If he is delayed, you are to wait all day if need be. And these documents are vital. You are to collect them and bring them back to London, come what may.
Hummock. Hummock. lick, secret order, hunting cap, passport,
Subjunctive mood. Structure and uses. I suggest that he leave at 8 o'clock. I suggest that we leave at 8 o'clock. God save our gracious Queen. Long live our noble Queen. The were pattern in subjunctive mood. This weather is terrible. I wish it were not so cold.
Suppose he were a multi-millionaire. Would he be happy?
If Shakespeare were alive today, what would he write about?
I only said, I'm not interested in money, but everybody looked at me as if I were mad.
Subjunctive mood. Structure and uses. It is vital that no one be allowed in. First, you request that he reconsider. Heaven help us. So be it.